Dear friends, I'm back with another machine on the Tryhackme, which is all-in-one. I think this machine is not difficult, but I'd like to show you the entire process of this exploitation. I've already spawned the machine earlier, and this is the IP address of the machine. And I'd like to use the Kali Linux, which is running in the VMware to do this exploitation. So then, we can switch over to the Kali Linux VM. As you can see, I've already done the map scanning. Of course, okay, I can make the terminal to be bigger so you can see what's going on. The IP address would be different. And as you can see, I use the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan. So from the map scanning results, we can know that the target has 3 open ports. The first one is 21, which is running FTP service, and also the actual version information. And also the script scan with the FTP service is telling us the target allows anonymous login, right? Later we can check it manually. The second one is 22, which is running SSH service and also the version information. As we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability. The last one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information, which is Apache 2. You know, this information is very important. I mean the version information. So what we are going to do next is to do immersion with the FTP service. As I mentioned in the other video, if you can follow along my channel, if the target has a service running, which is related to the file sharing like FTP service, like a Samba service, or other similar service, such services should become the first choice to enumerate. In this case, is FTP service. For example, first we can check whether this version has vulnerability or not. This version doesn't have any vulnerability except this remote DOS vulnerability, the denial of service, which isn't our interest at this moment. So next we can log in to the target anonymously. And we can copy the IP address of a target and put it in here. The username should be anonymous. Password, no. As you can see, we are logged in successfully. However, nothing in the directory of the FTP. So then we can quit from the FTP session. So now next it's time to enumerate the web application, right? First we can launch our browser to enumerate the web application manually. And we can, as you can see, we got the default Apache 2 page back. And we can scroll down, but nothing there. And then we can check the source code of this page, which doesn't reveal any interesting information as well. All right? Next, we can check whether this site has a robots file. Not found. Next, we can use the Ligato. You know, Ligato, from my point of view, is very important for the web application enumeration because it can tell us the server information, the header information, allow the methods information, even some vulnerabilities, and also some common files or directories which we can use. However, this case, nothing like that can get. Next, we can use the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration because it will take time. I've already done that earlier. As you can see, I use the GoBuster and the dir option, which means that we need to do we are going to do the directory brute forcing and specify the URL by the option of the -u. And I'd like to use the W option to specify the word list. And this is always my first word list to enumerate. And also I use the extension option to specify the extensions like PHP, HTML. So from the GoBuster or the directory brute forcing, we can know that the target has two directories. The first one, I think this one we can take a look at. Firstly, we can copy this directory, put it in here. Yeah, damn, how much I hate the smell of vinegar. And also we can check the source code. Obviously there is two lines of comments. And this looks like some sort of the password, right? We can copy and note it down into our notebook. And also this one looks like this is the username. And when I did the machine the first time, I tried to use the combinations of username, the possible username and password to log in via FTP or SSH, but both failed. To save time, I will not do that now. Okay, so I think this is some sort of the rabbit hole, which doesn't give us any, the meaningful information. And now we can go back to the directory brute forcing. And this one, of course, from the name itself, we can tell that this should be the WordPress installation. And we can access this directory. Yeah, I think this is a very standard WordPress application. I've already used the WordPress framework or software to set up the websites very often. So I think this will be very familiar with you as well, right? And also we can check the source code of this page, what we've got from the targets, but nothing interesting here. So next, what we are going to do next, because we have already known that the target has the installation of WordPress. Next, we can use the WordPress again to make a specific enumeration. And we can copy the IP address of the target. And then WordPress. And use the option of E, means the enumerate. Enumerate username and plugins. P stands for plugin. Let's press enter. Yeah, to see whether we can find out some username and password. The WordPress scan or WP scan is very, very useful for the WordPress applications. As you can see, we have already identified the user, Eniyala. And next, normally, we can use the same utility to crack the password for this user, right? We can copy. And we use the P option, uppercase P, to specify the word list. Lock. Let's press enter. I always show you the a bit standard methodology when we deal with the WordPress application. As you can see, it's performing password crack or attack on the WordPress login. But I think we will not succeed by using this word list of log queue. To save time, I'd like to quit from the cracking process. So we go back to the results. As you can see here, because we have already also identified the plugins, 2 plugins. The first one is Masta, and the second one is Reflex Gallery, and also the corresponding version information. So next, I think we need to make research to see whether there are any vulnerabilities for these 2 plugins. For example, the first one, we can copy and the version and use the Google to make some research, right? Okay, I'm not robot, of course. Yeah, this version of this plugin, Masta, does have local file inclusion vulnerability. And I think this is the POC, proof of concept. Later we can check it manually. And also we can check whether the second plugin has the vulnerability or not, right? However, this version 3.1.7 doesn't have vulnerability. So maybe now we need to go into this exploit, the local file inclusion vulnerability. We just copy this POC. And I think you know what the LFI vulnerability is or means, right? We can go back here, and then we can put in here, access this password file. As you can see, we have already got the content back. We just copy the entire URL, and we can use the Q command to retrieve. As you can see, from this result, we can know several points or several things. The first one, this target does have LFI vulnerability or local file inclusion vulnerability. This is the first point we have already identified. Secondly, there is one user. This one we can make a copy, right? And we can note it down. So since we have already identified the local file inclusion vulnerability, what can we do next? To get the shell? After all, the next aim for us is to get the initial foothold. Normally, we can, for example, we can go back to, maybe I can use the command or CLI. The first, we need to check whether we can access the private key of this user, right? And we can copy the username. And then SSH ID. However, nothing coming back from the target. So next we can check whether we can, this local file inclusion vulnerability can lead to the remote inclusion vulnerability. Okay, so now I can, as you can see, I have already created the demo file, and we can set up the web server locally on the Kali Linux. Next, we can, we can use the browser to check whether we can, this target has local file inclusion. Sorry, the remote file inclusion vulnerability. We can copy the IP address of Kali Linux. Port number, test. But nothing we can get from the Kali Linux. So it means that the target doesn't have the RFI or remote file inclusion vulnerability. Next, we can check whether we can access the log file, like log. Yeah, this log file always save the information of the user login or authentication information. And if the target we can access this file and got the content back, then we can poison this log file and get the shell. However, nothing we can get. Also, we can check whether we can access the Apache 2 access log file, but nothing there. So I think we have already done almost everything what we can for the local file inclusion vulnerability. Although we have already know that or identified the target has the local file inclusion vulnerability, but so far we do not yet utilize this vulnerability to get the initial foothold. So what can we do next? If the target has the LFI vulnerability, then we can try to get the source code of some sensitive or configuration file like WordPress config file. Let's do it. However, to get the source code of such code, we need to, or such a file, we need to use some sort of the wrapper. I've already opened up this one. We need to use this sort of the filter wrapper, and also we need to use the base 64 encode function. So we just copy this one and go back. So next we can put it in here, and we want to get or retrieve the source code of the WordPress configuration file. We need to use this to recursively go to the path or the location of the WordPress config PHP. As you can see, we got if you are not sure how many the dot slash we need to use, you just test it. For example, if we remove one and nothing we can get, right? And then we can copy, because the message or the result is encoded in base 64. So to use this information, we need to decode. How to decode? We can use the subchef or the command to decode, right? Base 64. We got the source code of these configuration files back. As you can see, so here from this file, from this source code, we can know that the username and password. We can copy the password. So next, of course, we can check whether we can use this information. Some case, the password will be reused. First, we can check whether SSH. We can use this password to log in to the target via SSH. And we can, the username, I cannot remember it. The IP address of the target. Yes. And we can copy the password. However, this doesn't work. So I think this, this direction is wrong. We need to take another way, because we have already got the username and password for the database collection. And also from the WordPress scan utility, we have already know that the target or the WordPress scan, WordPress application administrator, the name, user name is the Eliana. So now I think we can check whether we can use these combinations of username and password to log into the portal of the administrator, right? So we can remove it. And we can copy the username and password. Login. Remind me later. So I think this machine is, although this machine is easy or not so difficult, however, this machine gives us the opportunity to sharpen many skills. As you can see, we successfully log in as the administrator to the portal. And from here, the user section, we can know that this user itself is administrator. The role is administrator. So what we are going to do next? Next we need to get the initial for the hold, right? Or the initial access. How to do it? There's so many ways to do that, and I think the most preferable way is to go to the appearance, and then go to the theme editor, and locate the 404 template. Remove it. Now we can replace by our own reverse PHP code. And you can get it from the Pentesting Monkey website, right? I've already demonstrated this technique very, very often, right? So for us, of course, after you downloaded this code from the website like a Pentesting Monkey, you need to make some modification like the IP address and also the port number if you want to change as well. So at this point, we just copy the entire code of this PHP reverse shell. Copy selection, and now we can paste in here and click update file. File edit successfully. Of course, if this way doesn't work, and then we need to use other way or alternative ways. I've already used the other ways before, if you can follow along my channel. However, we go back to this machine. We have already successfully updated the 404. So next, we need to access the 404.php file. However, before we can access, we need to know the location, the exact location of this file. And before we do that, we can set up the listener first, right? So how to get the location of this file 404.php? This is the theme, and the theme name is 2020. So for me, we just go to the home page of the WordPress, and we can use the find command function and to locate 2020. So we just copy this. This should be the location of the 404.php. And we can paste it in here, and then we can copy 404.php. It looks like it's working. As you can see, we have already got the initial access or foothold on the target. And of course, this shell doesn't look very well. We need to spawn the bin bash session. And to do it, in order to get the bin bash session, we need to check the version of Python. Python 2 is not there. And then we can check the Python 3. Yeah, Python 3 is there. And then we can import a pty module. Pty spawn bin bash. Yeah, it's better now. So now what can we do next? We need to do the local enumeration to elevate our privilege, right? And there is just only one user. We have already know that, right? Earlier, before. And at this moment, we do not have the permission to read the user flag. And there is hint txt. Yeah, the user password is hidden in the system. Find it. So maybe I think there are several ways to get the root privilege. However, for me, in this video, I just show you one of them. And if you want, you can try other ways. For example, you can upload the NumPy shell script to do some more detailed enumeration. For me, I just do the enumeration quickly, right? We can go to the root directory and go to the opt, but nothing there, and go to the var directory. And then we can go to the backups directory. Here there is one script. And this script, everyone has permission to modify, which is very weird, right? So we can cut out this script. Shell script. Just a test script might use it later to for a cron task. So maybe, we can check the cron job information. As you can see, the root user will run this shell script, the shell script to do the job. However, at this moment, nothing, no effective shell script inside this one. So next, how to get the the root privilege or root shell. We need to, we can append the reverse shell command into this shell script. And so we just use the normal one. We can copy and make some modification, right? And we can replace the IP address of the Kali Linux. And the port number, then of course we need to use a different port number. And I'd like to use this one. So we can copy this reverse shell command and we can echo. And we can append to this file. Okay, no error. Now we can set up another listener, right? And wait for the target to make another collection. And this collection should belong or run by the root user. And then we can get the root privilege, right? Or get the root shell. Because this cron job, as you can see, we have already got the root shell, and now we can get the root flag without any issue. Even we can go back to the home directory and then get the user flag if you want. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I think, of course, I think there should be possible ways other than this one I've demonstrated in this video to do this exploitation. However, I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.